And here we are again. Good day for everyone. Showing one more NASDAQ 100 live session here. It's happening today in the morning in the US. If you are in the US, good morning. We are here in GMT UK time and just waking up with the news of the market going down. Let's just jump quickly here to the high time frame. Still have 6 minutes for the session to begin. And as we can see, this is today's. We have a huge gap here from Friday. It just began 140 points away from Friday's closing, and we came all the way down and just reacted in the daily from January 13th, 14th. If we lose this level, we still have this one, which is strong as well. It was the consolidation of the path towards the all-time high, and we would also have this one here at 19,075 or 885, which is like maybe the last defense of the 20,000s. From there, we have a lot of room to 1830.50 until 17.2. So this movement of the market, according to news outlets, especially financial ones, was due to Trump's stance on applying tariffs to Colombia and also the rise of a new AI player in China, which allegedly spent 100 times less than OpenAI and made a model similar to ChatGPT that made Nvidia's shares to plunge. Let's see how they're trading now in the pre-session, but it seems that more than 12% lower than Friday's close. Exactly, you can see here. This is the pre-market price. We are 12% lower than than Friday on Nvidia. Let's go back here to the US 100. So these days are to be traded very cautiously. If I find a short opportunity, I will short. What I'm looking for here is the break of this small neck that is already happening even before the open. Uh, I don't like when these things just happen right before they open. But if we manage to stay around this area and we have a big push to the downside, I might enter a short position. Okay, this is a good sign. It's coming back up. Let's just see if it's going to hold at least to the next candle. Um, I would like to see the area that was rejected on the downside being tested again, maybe for a midterm long. But these days, like everything can happen. There's a lot of loss in the market, and we can even break all these levels I just showed. But I think it's unlikely we break them right away. It's going to have, we're going to see some fight. And we can even see higher prices right at the open. It's a possibility as well. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, I'll just set here trading plan in case it happens. Okay, yeah, it's looking good for a short if it plays out as I am expecting it to go. But it could play out to the upside as well. But this case, you would have to be very cautious because we are already too close to the view up. Yeah, not too close, but anyway, 150 points is not that close. Yeah, we have some room to the upside as well. So not unlikely to go higher, especially the 132 level. Okay, first candle after they just broke and it's trying to go lower. Now it's going sharply higher. Let's see how high it's gonna go. I will not play this, although it's okay. It's beautiful for a long. You see? Yeah, I would be willing to enter a long position from here, possibly. Okay, let's see if it's gonna come back. Mm, okay, yeah, it's looking good. Although it reached at this point here, which is kind of dangerous, but if it comes back here right away, it might be an interesting chance to get higher, but it's just going. It's not giving us the chance to get in. Yeah, these days it's very common to see like it's very depressed. The price is very depressed, especially I won't look at it now, but I think Nvidia is just reacting from the depths where it was. I think that is what is driving the market towards the top now. The Nvidia's reaction. I'm just gonna check here on my screen if that's what's happening. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Nvidia is like reacting very strongly here to the upside. One minute candle is just 2%, 1.2% higher in this 1 minute candle. So yeah, um, it didn't give us the chance to ride it back. I'm gonna check here if this level that is being rejected, yeah, it's right at the view up, and it's the level I expected because it's a level that was tested. Remember, we have a golden pocket from the drop right at 195, so this is a very important area to pay attention. If we just, yeah, the way it is already, it's looking good for possibly a short. Maybe it might be a good idea to short from this area I just highlighted if the price comes back here. It's not coming, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. It can still touch the point there. If it goes there, we are going to be in, but it needs to do it now. 155. Okay, it's getting there. Will it go there? 218 is where we wanted to, 118, sorry. It doesn't, it's not going there. I don't want to get before there because the stop loss will have to be very, very big from there. So I'm not willing to go from, yeah. Let's just wait. Okay, I tried a short from here. Let's see if it's gonna pay off or if it's gonna keep running higher. If it comes back to 7-0, I will set stop loss at 0. I'm setting stop loss at 0 right now. I'm not losing this trade anymore. Okay, we had 30 points already, but it's retracing back. I would like to come at least to 68 if it comes. Oh, we're almost there. Did we touch? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Oh no. Oh no, it touched the take profit and it went back. Yeah. So I had to close it with some profit, but not as much profit as I expected it to. In the end, it was just like 15 points. We had almost 50, but it's fine. Now it's getting back here. I'm not entering again. I should have closed. I was thinking it was going to retrace back. Let's wait now for possibly the break of this area here. It wouldn't have touched my entry yet. Yeah, now it would have touched my entry. Okay, so not a bad movement to close this 20, 15 points. It looks like it doesn't want to go higher than this, but I'll wait for a new clear entry if there is. So this trade here is not anymore in play. Yeah, if it was a normal day, I would think about longing this, but because we are in a very sharp downtrend, and from what I see Nvidia, this would be a good point to think about an entry. But because we have all these choppiness here, I wouldn't think about entering this trade, especially the proximity to the view up and the sharp downtrend we are at. So I'm not thinking about any longs here. But depending on how the situation develop here in the view up, we might be looking at possible um, possible short. Let's try to put like these 26 176. So let's just wait to see what we are going to find here. But anyway, it's this strong the uptrend anyway, but we have this chop zero of choppiness here, which could be valuable as a point of take profit right above these. Look, depending on how this candle closes, it might be a good idea to enter around this area here. Yeah. I think it's a good idea to enter there. 147 or so. Let's see. So you have 10 seconds for it to finish. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to go. Although it didn't close solidly. Yeah. I shorted. Let's see. I shorted from this top here. I'm stop loss at 0 because this setup is very choppy. I'm 24, 25 points now. It's just going down. I'm gonna trade it to 125. It comes back. Okay, I traded to 125 because I want to make some money. I thought it was the best course of action. After we lost almost 40 points, now we made more. 25 was fine. With plus 15, we have 15. Sometimes it's better to just go grabbing the trades as they happen instead of waiting for the big run, especially in days like these where the market is like developing very fast. And actually now we're 50 points. It's kind of good. It's not bad, but I would have said, yeah, maybe it's gonna keep climbing. I don't know. I'm trying to short like uh, from the points I identified as possible points of uh, resistance. But as you see, it's going back down. I wouldn't have. That's why I wouldn't have left the trade open because it could blow up like the other one. That's why I prefer to just secure some profits and just go along. You see that it tried again to come to the same point we we start to trail or trade, and it's just going back. I will like try to sit up and relax now because we, like I said, we are kind of good already. We made like 50 points, 15 from the first trade, and now 25. So we are kind of comfortable in this session. Um, I'm not going to risk a lot more unless, look, this as well. I pointed to this possible setup here being a good point for a long. I showed you guys here. If it was a regular common day, not a huge uh, downwards day like we are having, this here would have been a good point, okay, to long. And usually I like to long until the fourth candle, so it would have been from one, two, three, four. Yeah, I could have tried like this. I would have preferred that 108, but sometimes I enter first, and it would have been good. Like from 113 to 167, like 50 points. So it goes with the flow, at least the flow of the open, which is very important as well. The pre-session is important, but what happens in the what happens in the opening is almost always the tonic of the day, and we might be seeing, yes, higher prices, but for that, to enter this, I'm going to show you guys what would make me enter a trade here long. Okay, and if this area that I just pushed here a line, which is this 068 area here, if this area is tested again and usually tested, I will certainly look for a long. Um, this 107 would be as well a good area, especially after this rejection here. We would be waiting until the fourth candle to get at least half this week covered. We are in the third candle now. It's a possible trade as well. Uh, that could pay off. I will look at this area, but the way the price is going up now is just not indicating it's going to come back to cover this week. This base here now, this exact base here would be a good entry point, 143, although I would say it's not the kind of setup I like. I like to trade usually, but it's something that could work because we are having this huge upwards momentum. Um, and this 143, if it comes back here in the next three candles, could be a good opportunity to long, if you will. But I usually don't trade these setups, so I won't do it today as well. But it's looking beautiful for the long actually now. We have this golden pocket here, which is the zero between the zero point 0.5 and 0.618 from the drop. Like I always say, I don't totally trade um, Fibonacci's, but I'm aware of them because we have to be. Uh, but anyway, the way the prices are climbing now, I would be very careful with a short right away. I would wait for a break of structure to short, a clear break of structure, just a small rejection, even from this area, which is good. Uh, won't. make me enter a trade here, a short trade, especially now. Like we climbed more than what? We climbed a lot. We climbed a lot. Let's see how many points did we climb. But you see that we're clearly losing steam here. We climbed 219 points, and now we're trying to go lower here, 16 points in one candle. But anyway, we have the view up here, which now the way it's positioned here could act as a support. Okay, so it's very uh, it's a very uncertain situation yet. How long can this trend um, be kept? We're certainly losing steam from the opening. You see that in the open we had like this massive upwards momentum here. We ended up making these small trades here, which became small. And you see that I don't usually trade these golden pockets, this sort of Fibonacci stuff, but it was here and it worked at least temporarily, uh, blocking the price from going higher. Okay, but it might be only temporary, so I'm not trading this. I'm sitting comfortably in 50 points now, guys. So I see no reason to risk this. But you see, it could be a good entry if you manage to enter from 170. It might be a good short. If I had entered, I would already have set stop loss at zero because it's not advisable to short like that. But it's going down. It's going down. If it breaks, if this candle becomes red, we are possibly going to test this 112 here. Okay, it's back there. If you want to take a risk, you could. I'm not taking this risk now. It's not good enough for me. The entry in a if we were like in a normal day would have been a good entry, uh, but it's the uptrend is very strong, as someone mentioned here. So you could keep just climbing and climbing. That's why I'm not feeling short at this moment. But I don't see a reason to long as well. Although although we could have a reason to long from the 152 area here. But I think it's just yeah, nah, because it just went to the top again. I don't think the 152 is safe too long now because it could represent a break of structure. Let's see, it's going towards the golden pocket again. Let's see if this time it's going to hold the price or not. holding the price or preparing a long entry. In my wildest days, I would try to enter from maybe from the base of this candle here, just 169, where the price just came and it's making a comeback. But no, thank you. Not today. Not today. The important thing, oh look, it's going now. Yeah, look, not so exotic of an idea that one. But anyway, maybe I'll make one more play and that's it when the time comes. And I'm not gonna make all these plays just because I want like 13 more points. Sometimes you are chasing like 10, 15 points. I know traders who like these setups, like fast setups, quick setups. I am kind of in the middle of the way. Sometimes I do these setups, sometimes I just prefer more solid setups like this. This, for example, if it wasn't in the view up, and if we hadn't this uh, strong and sharp uptrend of ours now, I would be willing to short maybe this week here, or if it doesn't come back to the week, uh, possibly the 169. Okay, this if you wanna make risky trades, try to it. No, not now, not now because it just blew away. Now you can still short maybe this midweek here. It could be a good entry point for a very quick short, maybe up to the view up here, like 30 points, crystal and clear. Let's see how it goes. First, let's see if it's gonna cover half of the week. That's the way I like to trade, and I will make a live pretty soon about the rules I use to trade and how I find the trades. It's gonna be like a replay session. I will replay. I will show some of the trades. Look, let's see if it's gonna retrace back, or like I said, it's a risky one. I wouldn't take this. I really wouldn't take this. It's a very risky one. To be honest, if I was in this trade, I would be very cautious and with the finger in the close button. Just if it goes against it, goes over 183, I would close it. Like if its candle became green, I would have closed it. Okay, I would have closed it. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. And that's what I do sometimes as well. I enter a risky setup, just doesn't go in the direction I was expecting. I just close the trade. It's better. I close the trade when it comes back because it always retreats back to your entry. It's your call to make it happen or not. As I said, I talked about this level here. This that would make a good entry for a long, and it did. Look, this was the level here, and the fourth candle, one, two, three, four. Look, it just came around. Yeah, maybe it would be here. Like by sometimes when we have a solid candle, it was just a small week, and I like to, especially this is a 16 one. I would start thinking about entering from this week here. So it came right in the week 158, 168, 78, 88, 98, like 40 points, man. 40 points you would have taken here. I just didn't take this trade because it's not as beautiful as I would like, and it's a trend within. It's a counter trend within a very bearish trend. But anyway, let's see where it's gonna stop. Sometimes what I like to do is look at the stocks that make the US 100, okay, and look at where everything would stop, okay, like Nvidia, it started the day like 12% lower, as I said, and right at the opening, it regained almost 4%, and now it's just at 253% from the opening. Um, there is one thing that I think here is I'm going to show NVIDIA here for you so you understand what I'm talking about. And look, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, here's the Mag 7. Famous Mag 7. Yeah, look, that the golden pocket's still working, okay? But I'm not taking trades here. I want to break a structure first. I'm not trading this without a break of structure because I think it's just too dangerous. But let's see here. Nvidia is the first one here. Max 7, guys. I don't know. I think it lost its position as the most valuable company after this weekend. Uh, I believe so. Let's look here. Look at this red on the screen all over. Nvidia minus 11, Microsoft minus 3.36, Amazon, Broadcom like slumping as well. Meta, Tesla is not so low. But anyway, let's see here. Look, this is what I'm saying. If NVIDIA, I think this is gonna be a game changer for the session, okay? If NVIDIA managed to cross and break this 128 here, I believe that we have an answer for the question of someone who just said, is this going to keep climbing? I think if it breaks there, okay, if it breaks this 128 here in NVIDIA, we will possibly see um, a higher day. We can even close the gap and go back to where we were, okay, on Friday. Not for NVIDIA, but for the market in general. We're gonna see like the other ones to see how it's gonna play out in the other names. Look, for Microsoft, I think we are having a steady climb above the view up here. I think we're not gonna go lower as well. And there's a setup happening here now, but I'm not paying attention to it because at this moment, any short setup, even if from the golden off of the golden pocket, is kind of counter trend trade, so I'm not taking it. Uh, and I'm just showing here what I think about the day. Maybe you guys like to trade like further in the session. Amazon, yeah, Amazon. I don't usually look at Amazon because Amazon is not so volatile, but Amazon is trading kind of like Nvidia here, and if it meant or kind of between Nvidia and Microsoft, I mean, because it's still like trading above the VWAP, and if it keeps doing that, it might be a good sign that we are not going lower in this session. That we just tested that daily level, we just tested in the pre-session, and we are just keep going higher towards closing the gap. Uh, And what else? I think these are the big names we had to watch for. Like we have Apple, who is like who was beaten up last week, so now it's having a bit of relief here. And I think that's it. Like Nvidia and Microsoft will play like a very important role here. Let's just look at Meta, which is not very so important for the index, but like Meta is like Nvidia, like it came back to lower from the view up, and if it breaks, like if Meta manages to break this point here, we will possibly see a continuation the of the reaction here. This is mostly people buying the so-called dip, okay, and that's it. That's what's happening here. Let's see how deep this dip is gonna be. Look, and now back to the Nasdaq 100. The golden pocket worked. Okay, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the golden pocket narrative, but it worked today. It worked very precisely, very precisely. To be honest, it went like less than 30 points away from the golden pocket, 10 points away from the golden pocket, 10 points away. Yeah, now you see this would have been the setup I was mentioning when I was talking about individual names. Um, this rejection here from the golden pocket, and I would have liked it to enter at least from 190 here because it's this week here. It didn't come to 190, but if I was really keen of the setup, I would have entered anyway. And now I'm waiting for like a new uh, a new high here, and if this high is rejected, okay, I will be shorting. And oh, why are you looking for shorts and not for a long? I could be looking for a long here, okay, especially if this one breaks the 160, breaks this candle here. The only problem with the long here is that the main trend is short, is bearish, so it doesn't make sense to look for a trend, especially after a rejection. We rejected kind of strongly here. This point, like 70 points from the golden pocket. It's a good rejection, and I think it's a possibility to to short this more than to long it. I'm liking this price action here, and I will try something. And to be really honest, if this doesn't work out, I'll leave the market still with some profits. But I'll just leave it because it will be enough. And I like me two wings. I prefer to just leave the market if I lose one trade. I keep making trades until I keep winning. Because if you win a trade, the chances are that you're gonna win again. The same holds for losing a trade. Um, Look, now certainly this setup is down, is dead, but it would be a good idea to long from here. But if it comes back up to this area, to the 205 right away, and comes back here, there's not the kind of trade I like. Because it already reached the first point of resistance. That's where usually I like to take my profits. That's why I don't like to enter when it goes too high on the trend. Like now, what I'm looking more here is for I'm looking more for a possible rejection from this area here, more than from along from here. But I'm gonna just draw this here. If you are interested, this would be the exact trade I would be willing to take. up to the fourth candle if it comes back. And it's coming. It's coming to the point. Let's see. It came to the point. Let's see if it's gonna react as expected a little bit. I would have put stop loss at entry already if I was in this trade. It's a very sharp decline and it would have closed. Yeah. It's better to stay in the game, guys, than just leave it. Okay. So anyway, it's going back up now. If you didn't want to close it, you're still in like 17 points. Not a bad one. Not a bad one, especially if you want to close right now with 20 points. But it's just too choppy for me. There is some buying pressure, but the lower the pressure to the downside. I think it's prevailing now. I see we still have one more chance to get up there, um, and maybe reject it. So that's the trade I will be willing to take. This is just for your. You see that I make good calls here. Anyway, what can I say? You take the calls if you want. If you don't take them. I say when I'm entering and when I'm not. This case I didn't. Okay, just to disclose it, I didn't enter this trade, but I called it very early, so you could have taken it if you wanted. It's, wow, look how beautifully it's going up now. Holy cow! Look, almost zero drawdown here, guys. Almost zero drawdown. So that's why I think you should subscribe if you're not subscribed, like the videos, like the lives, share with your friends. It's just I'm not charging you anything. Almost no trader who knows what he's doing makes it, like opens completely his setups and trade. And I just do this to be honest, because sometimes I get bored and I like to think that there's someone else here with me. Uh, that's the only reason I do that. But you see that there's a chance of getting back to the golden pocket, but the way it's behaving, like the first time it went there, second time it went very strongly. Now it's going choppily to the point of rejection. I think the buyers are running out of gas, and not only that, sometimes the pre-market is uh, has a very low participation of big players. The volumes are very low, and especially when you have a, I would say, potential structured decline like the one we're seeing with news from China and the stance of Trump in tariffs. So he's like showing his hand on tariffs. This could be like a structural time to the downside of bearishness, and like more people want to get in, and what bots and everything do is just make the price higher so they can enter better. They can enter their huge positions and just build their positions. That's why sometimes it takes some time until everyone who wants to enter the market enters. Uh, and that's why we could even go higher, not discarding this possibility, I think, but it's just a possibility. From what I'm seeing now, the buyers are running out of gas, and like the ones who are betting bearish, they just left like the buyers, the deep buyers, the buyers of deeps lead the market in the opening. You see that almost no resistance to the buyers at first. And now, where we are in an area that they can make like billions of dollars just in one day, like 200, 300 points. And the buyers of the deep are just not so strongly acting anymore. And I think this could be the end for the buyers. And we might be seeing a huge drop back to the opening and even lower, like to the point of rejection in the precession, which is the daily from 12 and 13 of January. But up to the moment, we are trying to test back the golden pocket. And but let's see if it rejects the 175 area here now. Uh, maybe it's not gonna hold anymore this level. But I'm waiting for a clean entry. I'm not entering out of the blue here. I'm waiting for a clean entry. Although this half of this week here, like 166, would be interesting. Would be interesting. Would be interesting. Especially if it doesn't touch the 132 first. So this area here would be interesting if it comes back. I'm not entering this trade either, but it's a point that could be observed, and maybe there are retailers thinking about entering exactly from 133, and that's what the market makers want. If there's some retailer liquidity here, it's just uh, just the cherry on top, as I would say. Now let's see here. Yeah, I kind of like this. Maybe trying to enter from the view up here. Yeah, I'll try this trade. I'll try this one if it comes back here because we have a lot of room to the downside and it could be a good one. I just would have to protect 196. It's a bit too much. Yeah, it's a bit too much. Maybe now it's a good time to enter from 166 if it comes back here. But I think now it's lost at that point. Yeah, let's wait for a new retracement to the upside. And I'm not entering right away. Although these here could be a good entry like 137. Just went to the 137 line. Almost touched that. I call this one. I call this one. But not for me now. I'm waiting for more structural stuff here. Yeah, maybe I will try this if it happens. 130. If it comes back. Let's see. And stop loss. Let's see. It's gonna be my last attempt of a short here now. Is it going there, back there? I don't know. No. No, and now it's coming back to this choppy area here from the beginning. Um, and we could see a blow from here. So it's better wait like for a, a new formation. Okay, but anyway, this area here, 137 or so, would be interesting to watch, but not to enter right away from here. Let's wait for a rejection from that area. Okay, let's see if it's going to be rejected or where the rejection is going to be. It's not yet a good rejection, no. Just yeah, as I said, that choppy area could see a reaction from there. 18 seconds. Let's see one more thing. Yeah, 12 points. Yeah, we can try something from here, depending on how the candle closes. Like from here. 155. Yeah, okay, let's try to enter from 155 if it comes back. Oh, 134, sorry. 130, I mean. Let's see. Okay, I shorted from 129. Let's see. Okay,
Eu vou passar lá no correio. Tudo bem?
unfortunately, it didn't work out uh, as expected. Fine, like I said, I am not uh, entering any new trades. This is it for the day. In the end, I ended up with 25 points. Not a bad one. It could have been more, but these things happen, okay? And let's see tomorrow if we find new opportunities in this vast market of ours. Okay, I see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.